Like, I wasn't trolling you, Kim Jong-un.
No.
I just had a feeling that's who he was talking about because I think our president might have called you that too. That's probably where I got it from.
Good.
Yeah, Trump called you fat boy first.
Yeah,
that's where I got it from.
Okay, you know what? You know what? If you want to listen to this, man, listen. I ain't trying to troll you. Okay, I'm just calling you what Trump called you. If Trump called
I'm
you,
not Trump. He pointed at me. I saw that. I'm not Trump.
Okay, with Trump, I'm calling you with Trump called
Far
you, right?
from Trump.
Now, Trump could sit down and deal with this motherfucker. This guy, and then he gonna like say, okay, you know what, Iran, I want y'all to do what? Okay, you know what? I don't think that the Iranians really want to build a nuclear weapon. You know what I mean? If they wanted to, they could have. But the thing is, I don't even really think that in thinking that about Iran, if Iran wanted a nuclear weapon, they'd have built it already. I can tell you that for sure. That's one thing I can tell you for sure. Second thing is, Trump trying to erase everything Obama did almost. I guess that's what it was about. I don't know, but the back off of this deal is like, okay, wow. And then, he had the right as president to say, hey, maybe this deal need to be adjusted, okay? Let's adjust this deal. We don't need no problem with this. I don't like the way this, written out, spelled out or something like that. I ain't digging that, right? I want you, to redo this deal. You know what I mean? But he could just sit down with Fat Boy cool. Nice. Fat Boy say, I'll burn your ass.
Fat Boy.
We know he got nuclear weapons and he threatened us with nuclear weapons, Mr. Trump. And you talking about Iran? Oh, come on, man. So you saying that this dude, Fat Boy, he's a real threat because he actually does have nuclear weapons and the capability to fly them motherfuckers far. And Iran is not close to that yet. Because like I said, if Iran had nuclear weapons, you would know about it. That's a fact. They would not, but they ain't got no nuclear weapons. Yeah, and they could have built one. But
Iran, if I was Iran, I would just buy one. I got I'm just serious. Like I've got like one of the top 5 countries that produce oil. Like,
yeah. And they know Putin too, right?
What's stopping me from getting money? Spending my money.
Yeah.
The only reason I don't spend it like that is because, and I'm talking as if I'm Iran, the religious affair, the state of religion in Iran.
Religion?
Like, yeah. They aren't they ran by like ayatollahs?
Yeah.
So that's a really religious based democracy.
Oh, that's right. They do have a democracy too. Women are allowed to vote over there too, are they? Wow. And they don't suppress the vote. Excuse me, that's something different story. Because American culture, like, oh, that's not a democracy. Oh, wait a minute.
I said democracy. I meant to say government.
It's a government, republic, whatever.
It's mainly ran by religious leaders.
Ran by religious leaders who are duly voted for in elections.
And
everybody gets to vote too.
Number 2,
they let people vote.
I think about, and from an American culture standpoint, the need for America to tell another country what they can and can't do as far as protecting themselves from some outside threat.
And actually, it's
you know why? Because mainly the outside threat is probably usually us. I mean, the U.S.
Yes.
So we, as an American culture, tends to like to have oversight. For instance, we fought a war against Germany in the 1940s called World War II.
Yeah.
And it was time to beat down Hitler and Nazi forces, and we denounced Nazis and all of that good stuff back then. And as a show of force, we left behind, let's say, 30,000 troops to be stationed at Germany, just in case somebody else wanted to uprise, we would have force there at the ready. Because back in 1945, it took a little bit of time to get people from one place to another, and things of that nature. So maybe that might have made sense in the 40s and the 50s. But we just became an occupying force. That's not the last place, and that's not the last war we fought, nor the last place. We probably have bases in over 100 countries in the world.
Really?
I would think so.
You know what? See, that don't make no goddamn sense. And none of it do with me. Because the first thing is, let's go back to Iran. So, they would have about maybe after 4 or 5 years, if they were really trying to build nuclear weapons, they do have the capability of doing it. They probably would have maybe anywhere between 50 and 200 nuclear weapons. Right?
Okay.
And how many do the United States have? Like
1,000?
7,000, I think.
I know we've tested over 1,100. So.
Yeah, so they got, So we got plenty of nuclear weapons. You know what I mean? We got so many goddamn nuclear weapons.
But just think about it. If you were in a room, you, some of your friends, and some of your enemies, you had like a gun in each hand.
Mm-hmm.
All your friends had one gun. You look at them like, okay, you can have it because you're my friend.
Yeah, I'll let you have a gun.
You can have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But if they went and got a second gun, you would go and get a third gun. Okay? Because you're the United States. You just want to have the most guns. Come on now.
What? We got the most guns.
Yes, that's our culture to have the most guns.
Well, see what happened. This is what's going on. Enough of these motherfuckers.
I didn't finish. Just let me finish this.
Go ahead.
Your enemy is also in the room. Okay. And they want guns too.
Of course, you got guns.
But you like, no, you're my enemy. You can't have guns.
Why can't I have a gun?
Because you my enemy. You run around screaming death to me. Death to America, you say. Why you say death to America?
Because y'all think death to us. That's what happened.
I think death to everybody. Everybody gonna die.
That's crazy. Listen, first thing is,
okay,
they ain't had no business messing with those people like that, man. Because you know what? They had a deal. They should have followed through. Second thing is, I don't understand. Once again, I don't understand. And it's something that a lot of people don't realize. It's countries closer than Iran to me and you, and countries more closer than North Korea to me and you that's capable of building a nuclear weapon. Yeah, Mexico is capable of building a nuclear weapon and launching it too. Brazil, Argentina, Cuba.
A lot of those, a lot of those places you just named, their citizens would probably revolt at the sight of them spending money on nuclear bombs. Other than the people, they'll probably march the streets and go crazy.
All they need is a man like Trump. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I mean,
fat man?
Huh?
Which fat man you talking about?
I'm talking about the one with the golden hair and shit, and it's flapped over his head, and it looked like he was tanning, but he didn't get around his eyes because he had
And that fat man is the president. Okay.
Oh, what? Oh,
So-
he was elected. He was, no, by the electoral college, but, because Hillary.
American culture says that's how we determine the president.
That's how you could really do what he did. But anyway, getting past that, the system that allowed Trump to say we don't want to do this treaty. So I saw a thing in the paper. I think it was the Philly Daily News,
Okay.
and it had the Iranians looking at Trump, I think, and like, what's up with this? Some old crazy thing like that. And the American Indian was sitting back in a chair out there in the desert, sipping some tea. Like, you know what? Get on board. You know what I mean? Get on board about your treaties and shit. We done walked out a lot way, man. We ain't no good for no treaties and shit. American word is, American culture is this and shit. To lie to everybody in front of their face. Right? Then
Hashtag 40 acres and a mule.
Yeah. Stick a gun in your back. Right? Jack your ass. You know what I mean? You remember when Bush did that drive-by on that other little country? What did I say? Yeah.
You talking about Nicaragua?
No.
Panama?
Wait a minute. Reagan did them too, right?
No, Panama, I think they were chasing, what's his name, Manuel Noriega.
Yeah. That was Reagan. Was it?
No, that was George Bush.
Think so?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, remember that? And then he did the fucking, Saddam, talk about the bullshit. Saddam did. Well, the real deal is, before the white man drew lines, that area that Saddam was claiming was called Kuwait. But actually, that was once a part of Iraq. But here come, after they took that area from over there, from the Ottomans, when they started drawing lines, they just drew some lines. And you could notice that some of the lines are straight. The straightest lines you ever seen on any map. You know what I'm saying? And they show you colonization. The colonies been up in there. They did some dumb shit. Okay? So they basically started this war long ass time ago. Started this dumb shit with Iran and whatever. I don't know how you get out of a treaty. I don't know how you get out of a treaty.
I can't blame it on America for that part.
What part?
I'm not 100% sure about I know they did start drawing the lines and making.
Well, it was the British and shit, right? But okay. Like I said,
Britain's our mom, basically.
And the truth of the matter is,
for Britain,
without the power of America say so, it couldn't have been done because the British couldn't. Listen, people don't understand that they believe in something, like the United States of America and Great Britain had 2 wars. And after the 2 wars was over, they had a love fest, okay? So when you think of America doing something or the British doing something, you always got to think another thing. You know what I mean? They one country. The Russians are acutely aware of that. You feel me? The Russians are acutely aware of that. The United States and Canada and Australia is one fucking country. You know what I mean? Seriously. Okay.
I'm just saying, but
it's one country. But anytime
whatever your opinion, it just sounds skewed.
It does sound skewed. Because you know what? But I tell you one thing, when Argentina say, hey, the Falkland Islands is our shit. It's about like a few miles off the coast of Argentina. And when the British came in, and it was like, well, you part of the American thing, the NATO, and then they're supposed to be a part of this American thing that the United States was supposed to be a part of. And that was a treaty. If any country in South America is attacked, you know what I mean, the United States would come and to their aid in the same way. If this was, you know, an attack on America and we needed your help, we would call y'all for help. Y'all would have to come and help us and shit. Some more crazy shit like that. But anyway, the United States backed off and jumped on the British side. Okay? So that told you right then and there where we stand. Listen, but you can't back off on a treaty.
We're talking about deals, right? A treaty is like a deal, right?
And yeah.
Our current president wrote a book called The Art of the Deal.
Yeah.
And he described a lot of things, you know, business related. But they got him on camera making a statement about deals. And his statement was pretty much geared around, once a deal is done, it's done. You don't go back on it. But in American culture,
that's been done for a long time.
You turn around after you shake hands with that deal you just made and you turn your back, you're likely to get stabbed in it.
Ask the American people that were here before America was America. Ask them. Ask them what really a treaty means with America. You know what I mean? This ain't never changed. You know what I mean? They like them aliens on, what was that movie? It was like these Martians, Mars Attack. You know what I mean? With Jack Nicholson and the aliens always said, we come in peace. We come in peace. That's America for you. That's a treaty. Yeah.
So let's wrap up this topic. You have any final words?
I believe in peace, love, and happiness.
I believe that if I got a gun and I have the right to a gun, you have the right to a gun.
Oh, well.
Which doesn't mean that I'm going to be wanting to shoot you.
No.
And it shouldn't mean that you want to shoot me. We may need to point our guns at the Martians.
Oh, wait a minute now.
You just brought up Martians. I figured, why not?
Yeah, the Martians?
Yeah. Stop trying to tell somebody else they can't arm up. The treaty was basically telling them not to arm up.
It's like...
And they signed it. They said, you know what? We won't arm up. And they're like, okay. They didn't know that... and they're religious folks. They didn't know that God was going to send a president to America that's going to make them want to arm up even more.
If you got the capabilities of building a nuclear weapon, and America is talking shit to you, you got to do what Fat Boy did. Build a nuclear
Keep
weapon.
pointing at me. Yes, I'm a little.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what?
But
you got to do it the little. I'm not pointing at him. Okay, you know what?
Right, so
it's the way the camera got my mind.
You talking about Trump, or you talking about
Kim Jong-un, whatever name, little fat boy over there in North Korea. If he could say, you know what, I could build me some nuclear weapons, he did the right thing. He built a nuclear weapon. Now Trump want to talk peace with him, right? Want to give him shit. You know what I mean? And want, you know, yeah, that's what he want to do. That. Here we go. Okay, you got. You motherfuckers around, y'all better build y'all a nuclear weapon. Y'all better do it. But like I said, if you didn't do it, I don't really believe y'all did it, but y'all should do it. Do it right away, quickly. Like, now. I'm not talking against America, I'm just talking about American culture.
And that's what it's all about.
And how you going to be a member of the NRA, right? I thought Trump was with the NRA. You know what I mean? That everybody should be able to buy a gun. Well, Ryan want a really big gun.
You want to talk about everybody having the same right to guns? Find out what happened when the Black Panthers started showing up with guns. But we could talk about that on another episode.
Yeah, that was ugly.
So, Millz Lane, he's the gardener, the trap gardener. And this has been American culture.